have surged nearly 500% above their recent blockbuster IPO price on June 5th, fueled by the Senate's passage of the Genius Act, regulatory framework for stablecoins. Financial services companies in focus today after a slew of analysts initiated coverage on Circle. And joining me now is Owen Lau, Oppenheimer Executive Director and Senior Analyst, who has a market perform rating on Circle. It says to expect total stablecoin market cap to grow to 1.6 trillion in 2025. Owen, it's good to see you. So let's talk about Circle. It has enjoyed a wild ride here, Owen. You initiate with the equivalent of a hold rating, Owen, on this name. Why the perform rating, Owen? Walk us through it.
Sure. So first of all, thank you for having me. We have a very favorable view on Circle's fundamentals and also outlook. The key reason why we have a perform rating is because the stock actually went from $31 IPO price to over $180 within 4 weeks. I haven't seen anything like that before, and that's why we want to be a little bit cautious on the shares at this point. And we see some catalysts coming that could present a better entry point, a better opportunity for investors. So that's why we have a perform rating.
So when you say, Owen, there may be a better entry point for investors, can you spell that out for us? What are some events coming up that might provide such an opportunity?
Yeah, so first of all, it's the Genius Act. We saw the stock and also even Coinbase had a huge run up after the passage of the Genius Act. In my view, there may be some, like a lot of good news baked into the stock. And now the market expect President Trump will sign the Genius Act by August. So there may be some selling the news, like buy the rumor, sell the news situation coming up. The second one is the earnings, right? So when people try to do more homework on Circle, and when they look at the earnings result, they may have a second view about, they have to share 50% of the revenue with Coinbase. So maybe some investors may step back a little bit and say, hey, you know what, maybe we should wait for a little bit because of the valuation right now.
How big, Owen, is the TAM, the total addressable market for stablecoins? And how fast, Owen, is it growing?
Yeah, the TAM is like huge. So that's why we have a very positive view on this one. If you look at the total market cap for global stablecoin right now, it's about $260 billion. We estimated that by 2035, it can go up to $1.6 trillion. And if you look at, so that's the total market cap of stablecoin. If you look at the Circle, if you look at stablecoin revenue opportunity, we believe there's an additional $2.1 trillion incremental revenue can go to stablecoin. That includes consumer payments, capital markets, and also AI agents. So those are the key areas that stablecoin can potentially disrupt these areas.
Owen, what about for Circle the role of competition here and new entrants? You know, Amazon, Walmart reportedly considering their own stable coins. How should investors think about that dynamic and what it means for Circle going forward?
Yeah, the analogy we keep telling investors is think about credit card. You have a private label credit card. You also have a general purpose credit card. So for Amazon, for Walmart, they may create their own so-called private label stablecoin because they can offer that to their more loyal customers. But the limitation is these customers can use the stablecoin within Amazon and Walmart ecosystem. But I think there are lots of investors, lots of customers would like general purpose stablecoin, in which they can use this stablecoin across multiple ecosystems, not just Walmart, not just Amazon, but across like different banks, different retailers, and different internet and online merchants. So to me, in the future, there will be two markets, and these two markets coexist, which is the private label stablecoin and also a general purpose stablecoin. I don't think there's any contradiction here. I think these two markets can coexist.
Final question, Owen. So to initiate here with the equivalent of a hold rating, as you noted, valuation you think is a concern. What are the upside risks to that call, Owen?
Yeah, I think there's still lots of enthusiasm of buying Circle. There are lots of potential disruption coming into the Circle, and they may even beat the earnings estimate in the upcoming earnings release. So those are kind of the upside opportunity or upside risk my call heads. But again, if you look at the stock, it has been pretty volatile. So again, like we stick with our call, wait for the better entry point. I think there will be some catalyst coming up.
And finally, Owen, just real quickly, this headline, I want to get your quick take on that. Circle, I'm reading this is a report per Reuters, applying to create a national trust bank in the U.S. What do you make of that as a financial analyst covering the name?
Yeah, I think there are two key things that Circle can do if they are successful. The first one, they can become the custodian for many other digital assets. The second one is they can also manage or oversee the management of the USDC reserve.